So I don't know whether you've heard, there might be some smallish wedding in Windsor next week. Of course, it's the royal wedding. Harry and Meghan are getting married. I'm sure it's going to be a fabulous day. My invite was lost in the post. They maybe didn't know we'd moved. I think that might be what it was. But this leads me on to a topic that now I've had a baby, I actually find quite interesting. We didn't have babies at our wedding. I know, I'm sorry, Coops. Coops obviously is devastated by that news. We didn't want them there. And I know a lot of you will probably be recoiling in horror that we didn't want them there. But personally, and I actually still have this view, I think they can sometimes ruin a wedding ever so slightly. You know, when you're at that gorgeous moment where you're saying your vows and you're gazing into each other's eye and a baby screams and the parents don't take them out of the church. So there's these kids screaming and one goes, sets the other one off, and it's just full of screaming kids and you can't concentrate on the bride and groom, which is really who it should all be about. Coops is obviously dibbing in here because he's got a different opinion to me. Yeah, so I just don't like babies at weddings. Fair enough, if you want a baby at a wedding, that's your choice. But yeah, I just think they can ruin it a little bit. And I know it's hard, like if you don't have, you know, anyone that can look after your baby nearby, or if you don't feel comfortable having your baby being looked after by anyone. My parents are far away, as is Danny's mum. So it's not particularly easy for us. But if I was invited to a wedding now, I think even if babies were invited, I would probably not have Cooper there because that's my time to let my hair down. And you'll find if you have a child or if you're pregnant once you have your child, your attention is never fully on the person you're talking to because your baby is always doing something or saying something or moving or, you know, picking something up they shouldn't be picking up. So you don't focus fully on what you want to be focusing on, which is the wedding. I'd really like to know what you guys think on this because I think this is a really... I think you either want children there or you don't want children there. I don't think there's really tends to be a middle ground with this debate. So I'd love to know what you guys think. Am I a horrible person for not wanting babies at weddings? Or do you agree with me? What do you guys think? If you can let me know in the comments below, that would be amazing. I would love to see what you think on this topic. But I will be very interested to see if Charlotte and George and little Louis are going to be there at the wedding. Only time will tell. We'll all tune in next weekend to see what happens. Yeah, so that's how I feel, but I'd love to know how you guys feel. Have you had any awkward situations where either it's been your wedding and you've had to tell your best friend, for instance, or your family member that their child can't come to your wedding, and how have they reacted to it? Tell me your stories below. You can keep it anonymous if you want to. Oh, Cooper says don't. He wants to know who is telling us these comments. Yes, so I'd like to know any stories like that. I actually had to tell my sister that I didn't want her son there, my nephew. And when I say it out loud, that makes me sound like an evil person. But like I said, that was my opinion. Cooper disagrees. Would you have wanted your cousin there, Coops? Yes. And if any of you have a wedding coming up and you are going through this process at the moment and you either don't know what to say to someone or you're thinking of what to say, tell me about it. I want to hear what you're going to do and how you're going to resolve the situation. That would be really interesting for me to read and for other people, because if you've got a good way of telling someone, I'm afraid we're not having children, then I'm sure a lot of people that have watched this video that are reading these comments would like to hear it for future reference. I think we put something on our invites. I'm pretty sure on our invites it said something like, "We love your children, but just not at our wedding." Something like that. So yeah, I would really love to know your thoughts on this situation. And good luck, Meghan and Harry, on your big day. I'm sure Meghan will be looking fabulous. and Harry will be looking like a dishy prince, no doubt.